I feel like as human beings, it's very important to reach a certain point in your life where you're more open to new experiences. And with me personally, this was one of my biggest challenges growing up because I was one of those kids who didn't necessarily like, being around new people, or I didn't really like being in new environments because I just felt like, in a sense, when you get put in a position where you're in the unknown, you don't really know what could happen. You don't know who's out to get you. You don't know, the people that may want to take advantage of you, but this level of maturity that you have to gain when you put yourself in those certain environments really does nothing more than level you up. Understanding that you have to be open to new experiences. You have to be open to, the blessings that God is trying to send into your life. And not only that, but you got to put yourself in a position to receive those blessings. Because if you don't, then how will you ever know what's possibly out there for you? New experiences are really one of those things that helps us unlock and witness new versions of ourselves. And, it's starting to rain a little bit. I don't know why. It's sunny, but if y'all see it hit me, just excuse it. But this form of new experiences, man, it really does put you in a current state of mind to where you can feel like you could do anything. You feel like you're able to take on the world if you can take on and actually prevail through certain challenges that you face. And the way that I like to look at life is, I know that I'm not always going to get the best result possible out of everything I do. As long as I'm able to learn, as long as I'm able to gain some sort of wisdom through certain experiences, then I'm okay with that. So if you put yourself in a position right now where you allow yourself to be open to new experiences, and those experiences may bring something into your life that makes you uncomfortable, don't allow that to discourage you. Don't allow that to stop you from further advancing, because I promise you, that feeling that you may have in that very moment will likely change the moment things start going your way. The moment you get a result that you feel like you want, then everything suddenly changes. Just think about when we used to be in high school, right? And you walk into class and you looking around to see if you see any of your friends. And the moment you realize that they aren't there, there's just a complete energy shift. Versus you walking into the class and you seeing your best friends there, then you like, okay, we're gonna have a good day, we're gonna have fun. And I feel like the same applies. It really just depends on the way that you view certain things that may happen in your life. But being open to new experiences will do nothing more than put you in positions to further advance, to grow. You are only going to make it so far doing the things within your normal routine. And truth be told, there hasn't really been any form of actual growth that I've experienced if I was allowing myself to just be stuck or be complacent or be comfortable, because that's not where the growth happens. And we know this. But if you're somebody that's in a position right now where you want to reach new high points within yourself, or you want to unlock different versions of just the things that you may be capable of, you got to start with being open to new experiences. You got to start with putting yourself out there so that these experiences can come into your life. And I know at times we can all get in this state of mind where we feel like we may want to go ghost and we want to remove ourselves from everything that we've been around, because we understand how important that is, or how significant of a role that can play in your overall, growth level, just going ghost and isolating yourself. But, don't let that stop you from living. Don't let that stop you from going out here and making certain sacrifices that can help you, reach those next level or those new high points. And when I say living, I really do mean doing the things that genuinely make you happy. Like, I really realized that I wasn't living the life that was truly meant for me to live when I started to wake up and hold myself accountable and ask, like, what are you really doing? Did you feel like you were fulfilled today? Did you feel like if today was your last day, would you be satisfied with the results of the day? And when you start to ask yourself questions like this, you realize that you can be doing way more. You can be doing way more living. You can be putting yourself in a position to meet way more people, or just to gain more memories that are going to be way more memorable in the long run. So just taking this into account just put you in a position to live in the moment, to be present, to be thankful for what there is that you may have at this very moment. But when you leave yourself open to new experiences, man, you really do gain a lot of memories, and these memories are really all we have. When we sit back at the end of the night and we reflect on our lives, we think about some of the best things that could have possibly happened to us, some of the memories that we may have with family that's no longer here, or even friends that we may no longer be friends with. And these memories are the things that we cherish. They're the things that we're going to hold on to forever. So with that being said, we have to constantly be doing something and working towards building new memories each and every day. Even if it's something small, if you can do the slightest thing to make the next person's day something that's going to be memorable to them, then you serve the purpose way greater than yourself. My entire life changed when I stopped focusing just on my overall being, and I started working towards providing others value and doing things to please the next person, trying to be there for my family, trying to be there for my friends, and trying to build the next person up. Of course, you can't really do this if you're not in the right state of mind, and you should never take away from what you have going on to try to build the next person up. But if you are somebody that is mentally conscious of what you have going on at this very moment, and you can work towards trying to uplift or build the next person up, then why not? Why not go and do that? Why not go and take the extra step to see the next person win? And certain experiences have a huge impact on our lives that we can go out and we can share. And not even just the hardships that you may face and you can pass down, but even the good moments. So if you're in a position right now where you've just been so stuck in your own little bubble, man, take some time to do something different. Take some time to try something new. Take some time to do anything that you can possibly do that is going to give you a new experience, a new memory, something that you can look back on and say, man, I actually learned something. Because doing that alone, you may not realize it in the very moment, because it may be something that made you uncomfortable, but in the future, you're going to look back and be so thankful that you actually took initiative to do those things. When I first went to college, I was the first person in my family to do it. I wasn't raised in a family that believed that college was even necessary to be successful. Growing up, this is what they preached in my school, so I ended up going through with it. So when I first went to college, it wasn't necessarily something that was important to those around me, but I knew in the long run it would play a huge role on my overall success level. So with that being said, I just did it, and I don't regret it. I learned so much from it. But as y'all can see, man, it's starting to rain a little bit. I'm gonna try to finish this video, but if it get bad, I'm gonna have to get out of here. But just take the time today to be great. Take the time today to go do anything that you want to do with yourself, anything that you may feel like can get you to that next level mentally, because that's all it's about. It's about one new experience a day. It's about taking one step forward towards greatness, towards this form of perfection that you may be chasing. Really understanding that, you aren't going to be perfect. You're going to fail. You're going to make mistakes. But that's okay. You can make mistakes and still turn out great. I made so many mistakes in my life. And when I look back and I reflect, there's been so many times where people may not have believed in me, it could even be your parents. Your parents may not believe in you, but it doesn't matter who believes in you. The only thing that matters is you have that confidence in yourself, and you believe that you can do whatever it is that you set your mind to. I promise you. Go out and experience moving away from home. Go out and experience buying a house or taking a risk, even though you feel like you may not be financially stable enough. The reason is because at the end of the day, you're going to learn something from it. When I first bought my house in Texas, my mom and my family, everybody was like, don't do it. You just got home from the military. We feel like it's going to stress you out. And yes, it did stress me out, but I learned so much from it. And I'll never take that back, because the lessons that you learn from the hardships are way more valuable than staying in your comfort zone. Those experiences, the ups and downs that you have to go through, that's what makes you into the person that you need to be. So with that being said, I feel like it's very important that we don't shy away from any of those things, that we always remain true to who we are and keep going and keep pushing forward, even if nobody believes in us. But if you're confident in yourself, then that's really all that matters. When I had social anxiety, when I felt like I had so much anxiety going into stores, public places, the only way that I overcame this was putting myself in a position to do those things. Yes, you can go to therapy. Yes, you can do other things to try to, mold yourself into the person that you want to be. But at some point, you're going to have to face whatever fears that you have, even if you are running from things. And in this case, if you're running from putting yourself in a position to gain new experiences or to get outside your comfort zone, that's exactly what you're going to have to do. And a lot of problems aren't going to be solved until you can do that. But if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you so much. It's your boy Blue Jay Tay. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all on the next one.